Chosen ones, the very first reason God told you not to drink is because of your spiritual sensitivity. You are not like everybody else. Your spirit is tuned into a higher frequency, almost like a radio that can catch signals from heaven. But the moment you drink, that signal becomes full of static. What others see as harmless fun, for you it becomes a spiritual burden. Alcohol lowers your vibration, and it dulls your ability to hear from God. This is why, when others drink, they might feel relaxed. But when you drink, you feel heavy, guilty, and spiritually disconnected. Your body, your mind, and your spirit were designed to carry a higher light, and alcohol dims that light. God says don't drink, not to control you, but to protect that sensitivity. Because when your spirit is pure, your discernment stays sharp. You pick up warnings others miss. You feel energy shifts others can't sense. You are the guardian of spiritual wisdom, and you cannot afford to let anything contaminate the gift God has given you. The second reason is even more serious. Drinking blocks your gifts. Chosen ones, God has blessed you with spiritual tools, intuition, wisdom, discernment, healing energy, the ability to see beyond the surface, but alcohol clouds these gifts like a fog over a clear sky. Think about it. When you drink, do you feel sharper or duller? Do you feel more in control or more vulnerable? Alcohol is a weapon the enemy uses to keep chosen ones from walking in their full power. You were called to speak with clarity, to see visions, to hear God's whispers in your heart. But when you drink, your connection weakens. Your prayers lose focus, your visions become blurry, and slowly you start questioning your path. That's why God says, don't drink, because the moment you give up your clarity, you give up your authority. You are too important, too powerful, and too needed in this world to let something as small as a drink silence the greatness inside of you. Chosen one, your destiny is not ordinary. You were set apart before you were even born, chosen to break generational curses, chosen to shine light where there was only darkness. That's why drinking hits you harder than others. It tries to rob you of your destiny. Alcohol may seem like a small thing, but it is a destiny thief. It slows your mind, clouds your judgment, and leads you into situations that can derail your purpose. Think about how many dreams are buried because of a single moment of distraction. God tells you, don't drink, because He needs you sharp, He needs you focused, and He needs you ready. Your clarity is your greatest weapon, your sobriety is your shield, and your destiny is far too precious to waste. Drinking may promise temporary relief, but it comes at the cost of long-term purpose. You were not created to waste your calling, you were created to fulfill it, and that requires full awareness, full energy, and full obedience. Finally, chosen ones, God said don't drink because drinking leaves you spiritually exposed. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly in spiritual warfare. The enemy studies you, he knows your weaknesses, and he waits for a moment when your guard is down. Alcohol lowers your defenses, it numbs your mind, weakens your spirit, and opens doors for negativity to creep in. This is why after drinking, you may feel attacked with anxiety, depression, or regret. It's not just the drink, it's the spiritual doors you opened without knowing. God tells His chosen not to drink because He wants you covered. He wants you to remain a warrior, not a victim. Remember, your energy is powerful, your aura is bright, and your calling is rare. The enemy cannot touch you when you are sober, clear, and aligned with God, but the moment you step into his trap, you give him access. Stay strong, chosen one. Your obedience keeps your spiritual armor unbreakable and your light untouchable. Chosen one, another powerful reason God told you not to drink is because you are here to break generational cycles. This runs deeper than you may realize. For many families, alcohol has been a silent curse passed down from generation to generation. Maybe it started with one ancestor who used it to escape pain. Then it became normal in the family. Slowly, It turned into broken marriages, financial struggles, health problems, anger, abuse, and cycles of regret. And now, here you are, the one chosen by God to break what has been running through your bloodline for decades, even centuries. That's why drinking never feels normal for you. Even if you try to fit in, something inside of you pushes back. That's your spirit crying out, because you were not sent to repeat the patterns you were sent to end in. Drinking is not just about a casual choice for you. It's a doorway that connects you to the same chains your ancestors carried, and God is saying, no more. It ends with you. Think about it. How many lives in your family were wasted because of alcohol? How many dreams never came to pass because of addiction? How many relationships were destroyed because of drunken decisions? Chosen one, you are the one who sees it. You are the one who feels the pain of it, and you are the one strong enough to break free from it. That's why the enemy tries so hard to pull you in, because he knows if you drink, the curse continues. But if you stay sober, the curse breaks. Understand this, you were chosen to carry a different legacy. Your children, your family, the people connected to your destiny, they are depending on you to rise above the pattern. God does not want alcohol to be a chain that holds you back. He wants your bloodline to be free. He wants you to create a new path, one of clarity, one of strength, one of spiritual purity. That's why it feels like a heavy weight on your spirit when you drink. It's not just about you, it's about your entire bloodline. And here's the truth, breaking a generational cycle is never easy. It feels lonely. It feels like you're fighting battles no one else around you understands. Because in many ways you are. But remember, you are not fighting alone. You are backed by heaven. The reason you feel different is because you are different. God has placed his hand on you, and with his strength, you will overcome what destroyed those before you. Drinking might seem like just a small decision, but for you, it's the key to rewriting history. Every time you say no to a drink, you are saying yes to a new future. Every time you resist temptation, you are breaking a chain that has bound your family for years. Every time you choose clarity over confusion, you are planting seeds of freedom for generations to come. Chosen one, you are the curse breaker. You are the one chosen to bring light where there has been darkness. You are the one chosen to build a legacy of power, not weakness. And that's why God says, don't drink, not to punish you, but to free you. To free your family, to free your destiny, to free generations that will come after you. So when you feel tempted, remind yourself, it's not just about a drink, it's about the future. It's about your children's children. It's about breaking the cycle once and for all. And you, chosen one, have the strength to do it. Because what destroyed them will not destroy you. Chosen ones, another reason God tells you not to drink is because your clarity and connection with him are sacred. You are not like everyone else who can drown their problems in a bottle and move on. For you, drinking does something far deeper. It disconnects you from the very source of your power, God. Understand this. Your calling requires constant awareness. You are a spiritual vessel, a messenger, and a light carrier. When your mind is clear, your spirit is sharp. You can hear God's whispers. You can sense warnings. You can pick up on the unseen energy around you. But when you drink, that clarity fades. What once felt sharp becomes dull. What once felt close feels distant. You begin to lose that instant connection with the divine that makes you who you are. Think about the moments when you felt the strongest presence of God, maybe in prayer, maybe in worship, maybe in silence when your spirit just knew he was near. Now ask yourself, could you have felt that same depth if your mind was clouded? No, because alcohol builds a wall between your spirit and your source. It pulls you out of alignment, even if only for a moment, and for a chosen one, even a small moment of disconnection can cost too much. You see, clarity isn't just about thinking straight, It's about spiritual vision. Chosen ones are gifted with the ability to see beyond the surface, to sense truths others overlook. But alcohol fogs that vision. It's like taking a clean window and smearing it with dirt. You can still see shapes, but the details are gone. And your power is in the details. Your power is in the small nudges from God, the sudden insight, the quiet direction that leads you to the right path. Without clarity, you miss it. And the enemy knows this. That's why he tempts chosen ones with drinking, because he doesn't need to destroy you outright. He only needs to distract you long enough for you to miss your divine instructions. Chosen one, you must understand, your assignment on this earth requires a clear channel. You cannot afford to mute God's voice with substances. You cannot afford to numb your spirit when people are waiting for your light, your guidance, your wisdom. Drinking is not just about a physical effect, it's a spiritual blockage, and when you block the flow, you lose touch with the very source of your strength. But here's the beautiful truth. Sobriety keeps you aligned. Sobriety keeps you tuned in. When you stay clear, your prayers hit heaven without delay. When you stay focused, your visions come sharper. When you remain clean in body and mind, God can pour into you without resistance. And that is where your true power lies. Chosen one, you've already noticed this. Haven't you realized that when you avoid drinking, your mind feels lighter, your dreams feel clearer, your intuition feels stronger? That is no coincidence. That is your divine nature operating at full capacity. God doesn't say don't drink to punish you. He says it because he wants you to remain fully connected to him at all times. Remember this. Others may drink and laugh and feel fine, but you carry too much power, too much purpose, too much destiny to let a temporary pleasure silence your eternal connection. You were called to be a messenger, not a mute. You were called to be a seer, not someone blinded. You were called to be a warrior, not someone weakened. And for that, clarity is not optional. It's essential. So guard it, protect it, value it. Because your divine clarity is what sets you apart. And the more connected you stay to God, the more unstoppable you become. That's why, chosen one, God says, don't drink. Because he loves you too much to watch you lose your connection, even for a moment. Chosen ones, the final and perhaps most important reason God told you not to drink is because you have been called to walk in a higher purpose, a destiny that requires your full strength, your full clarity, and your full obedience. You see, drinking is not just about what goes into your body, it's about what it takes away from your spirit. For ordinary people, alcohol may just be a pastime, a way to relax, or an escape from their pain. But for you, chosen one, it is a trap designed to keep you from stepping fully into your calling. When God sets someone apart, their life no longer belongs to themselves. It belongs to something greater. You don't get to live by the same rules as the world. You don't get to indulge in the same habits as everyone else, because your life is not ordinary. Your steps are ordered, your mission is sacred, and your destiny is rare. Think about it. When you drink, you weaken yourself in the exact areas where you need to stay strong. Your body loses energy, your mind loses clarity, and your spirit loses connection. How can you walk boldly in your calling if your vision is blurred? How can you stand as a warrior for truth if your shield is lowered? How can you carry the light if your vessel is cracked? Chosen ones, your calling requires you to stand firm when others fall, to see clearly when others are blind, to speak truth when others stay silent. Drinking may seem small, but it chips away at the very foundation of your strength. It dulls the sword you need to fight with, and the enemy knows this. That's why he tries to keep you bound to it, because if he can't destroy you, he'll try to distract you. If he can't silence you, he'll try to blur your message. If he can't steal your destiny, he'll try to delay it, and alcohol is one of his favorite weapons. But here is the truth. You were not chosen to live an average life. You were chosen to rise higher. You were chosen to be an example. You were chosen to lead, to heal, to teach, to shine, to awaken. And for that, you must remain free from anything that weakens your spirit. Think of it this way: when a soldier goes to war, he doesn't get drunk the night before battle. Why? Because he needs his full strength, his full awareness, his full ability to fight. And chosen one, you are in a constant spiritual war. You don't have the luxury of being spiritually numb, because the world needs your light, your family needs your covering, your generation needs your leadership. Every time you choose not to drink, you are saying yes to your calling. Every time you resist temptation, you are proving that you are serious about the mission God gave you. Every time you stay sober, you are sharpening your sword, strengthening your shield, and preparing yourself for the battles ahead. Chosen one, I want you to understand something powerful. Your calling is not just about you, it's about every soul connected to you. There are people you haven't even met yet, whose lives will change because you chose to walk in obedience. There are generations after you who will prosper because you stayed faithful. There are doors waiting to open for you that only unlock through discipline, clarity, and obedience. Drinking may seem small, but it has the power to close those doors, and your purpose is far too great to let that happen. This is why God said, "Don't drink," because He doesn't want you living at half power. He doesn't want your light dimmed. He doesn't want your destiny delayed. He wants you at your strongest, your clearest, your purest, because the mission ahead of you is bigger than you realize. And here's the part many chosen ones forget. Your obedience is not just protection, it is also promotion. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, heaven moves on your behalf. Every time you say no to what the world offers, God prepares something greater for you. Every time you deny your flesh, your spirit grows stronger. You may feel like you're giving something up, but in reality you're gaining everything: peace, power, clarity, destiny. Chosen one, the reason you feel different is because you are different. You were set apart to live a higher life. The world might mock you for not drinking, they might call you strange, boring, or even weak. But the truth is, they wish they had your strength. They wish they had your clarity. They wish they could carry the light you carry. But that light comes with responsibility, and one of those responsibilities is staying free from the things that weaken you. So do not be ashamed of your choice to walk away from drinking. Be proud of it, stand tall in it. Because every time you choose God over the world, you are rising higher into your calling. You are proving that you are ready for the greater assignments, the greater blessings, the greater breakthroughs that are waiting for you. This is why God said, "Don't drink," because He knows who you are. He knows what you carry. He knows the battles ahead of you, and He knows that in order to win, you must stay sharp, sober, and fully connected to Him. Chosen one, remember this: your calling is worth more than a drink. Your destiny is worth more than fitting in. Your future is worth more than temporary pleasure. And your obedience will not only save you, it will save everyone connected to you. So walk boldly in your higher calling. Stay clear, stay strong, stay faithful, because what God has prepared for you is greater than anything you could ever imagine. And nothing, no drink, no temptation, no distraction should ever come between you and your destiny. Chosen ones, hear me clearly. This world will keep trying to sell you the lie that drinking makes you free, that it makes you happy, that it makes you normal. But you are not normal. You were never called to be. You were called to rise higher, to walk in power, to carry a light the enemy cannot stand. And that's exactly why God said, "Don't drink." Every time you refuse the drink, you're refusing chains. Every time you say no, you're saying yes to your destiny. And every time you obey, heaven opens doors that no man can shut. Don't trade your crown for a cup. Don't hand over your power for poison. You are the curse breaker. You are the warrior. You are the leader God chose. Stand tall, walk sober, walk strong, because your clarity, your strength, and your destiny are worth far more than anything this world could ever offer. If this word lit a fire in your spirit today, drop an irradiant spirit in the comments, share this with another chosen one, and never forget, your obedience is the weapon that unlocks your breakthrough.